Hello, let us now study about the chromosomal aberrations. See, these chromosomal aberrations are structural as well as numerical. Structural chromosomal aberrations include deletion, isochromosome, addition, ring chromosome, translocation, Robertsonian translocation. Those are the structural chromosomal aberrations. Now let us go with the numerical ones. Numerical chromosomal aberrations, which include disorders of autosomes as well as disorders of sex chromosomes. So before going into further detail of what the disorders are, let us know what is karyotyping. It is a process of sequential arrangement of homologous pairs of chromosomes according to the descending order of the height and according to the position of the centromeres on a photostatic spread during metaphase of a cell division. To start with, just ladies first, let us go with the normal female karyotyping. The charts which we give for you in your practical examination is like this. This one is a normal female karyotyping, wherein at the end you are seeing two X chromosomes. So in the chart, if this chart is given to you, this karyotype is given to you, you need to say that it is a normal female karyotyping. On the thing it is, so at the end it is represented by two X chromosomes. If the chart is like this, it is normal female karyotyping. In some medical schools, instead of denoting the normal sex chromosomes here, it may be shown here. This also is normal female karyotyping. In our school, the charts which we made, the karyotype which we made, we denote the sex chromosomes at the end. So similarly, if it is at the end one X and one Y like this, it should be male karyotyping. That is this one, which is the male karyotyping. Nowhere any arrow mark is indicated in the chart, but at the end there is one X chromosome and one Y chromosome. So this is a normal male karyotyping like this, one X and one Y at the end. Now coming to the other disorders, if you see this one, let us go with the disorders of sex chromosomes. In this chart, if you see, nowhere there is any arrow indicating that there is an abnormality in the autosomes, but instead of two X chromosomes, there is only one X chromosome here. So it has to be Turner syndrome. It is a female phenotype. There is absence of one X chromosome. To draw it, it has to be like this. So if a chart is like this, only one X chromosome at the end, it has to be Turner syndrome. Similarly, if you see this one, what could be this? At the end, one X and two Y. So instead of, it is like this, one X and two Y chromosome. So this syndrome we call it as XYY syndrome. So this chart is said as XYY syndrome. Okay. Similarly, this one, if you see what is this? So at the end it is two X and one Y. So if it is like this, two X chromosomes and one Y chromosome, it is a male but with an additional X chromosome, which we call it as Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome. The karyotype here it is 47XXY. Similarly here at the end you are finding 3X and 1Y chromosome like this. So this is also Klinefelter syndrome, but the karyotype is 48XXXY. So this also comes under the category Klinefelter syndrome, a syndrome, abnormal syndrome seen in a male. Okay. Next, this one. This is a disorder of the sex chromosome. At the end you are finding 3X instead of Y is removed here. So it is like this, 3X chromosomes. So this we call it as XXX syndrome or XXX syndrome seen in a female. It is a feature seen in a female. Similarly, like this, very rarely you find 4X chromosomes in a female. 2 are normal X chromosomes, which normally should be present, 2 are extra. So there are 3 bar bodies. This syndrome we can call it as XXXX syndrome. Okay. Now coming to the disorders of the autosomes. Autosomal disorders can be in the form of deletions, trisomy, and translocation. Deletional disorders are, here you are seeing an arrow mark is indicated at here. Like this, an arrow mark is kept indicating that this is the abnormality. Here it is nothing but the deletion of short arm. If you take a chromosome like this, these are the short arm or P arm, these are the long arms or Q arm. P for petit arm or P arm or short arm, Q arm or grand arm or long arm. So deletion means minus. So at which chromosomal level deletion is happening? At 5th chromosomal level. That means 5P minus is Cry-do-Cat syndrome. This is called as 5P minus is Cry-do-Cat syndrome. Is it clear? Similarly, if you see here in this chart, there is a syndrome affecting the 4th pair of chromosomes. Arrow mark is indicated here. That is deletion of short arm of chromosomal number 4, which we call it as Wolff-Hirschhorn syndrome. Wolff-Hirschhorn syndrome. Is it clear? So the formula is 4P minus. Okay. Similarly, if there is a deletion of arms of either short arm or long arm of chromosomal number 18, we call it as de Grouchy syndrome. We call it as de Grouchy syndrome. Likewise, if you see the translocations, the deletions are over now. Coming to trisomy. So this one, if you see, in the autosomes, there is an arrow mark indicated here at 13th level, the chromosomal number 13. So that means here, if there is an additional chromosome here, we call it as trisomy 13, which is called as Patau syndrome. Similarly, if you see here in this chart, there is an additional chromosome at 18th level. That means here, instead of 2, here it will be 3. This we call it as trisomy of 18th, that is Edwards syndrome. Similarly, here if you see, there is trisomy at 21st level, that means here. So if there is additional chromosome seen here, that we call it as trisomy 21, which is Down syndrome. which we call it as Down syndrome. The normal cause of Down syndrome is trisomy 21 in 95 to 97% of cases, but sometimes it can be between translocation between D group to G group pair of chromosomes, or translocation within the short arm and long arm of chromosomes belonging to 21 and 22. This is also a variant of Down syndrome. The last one here, if you see, it comes under the heading translocation, which means here under the heading translocation of long arm of chromosome number 22 to translocation of long arm of chromosome number 9. That means the long arm, one of the segment of the long arm will be adding here. So that we call it as translocation, and this is called as Philadelphia chromosome. This is called as Philadelphia chromosome, seen in chronic myeloid leukemia. This is all about the numerical chromosomal aberrations. Thank you.